I'm starting recording, so that's the last time I'm saying that.
He's getting cranky because it's past his bedtime.
It's true. It's true.
Is it past your bedtime, little baby?
Shut up about my fucking bedtime.
Beep, boy.
Stop it.
Well, good, bad, my mom's gonna get you, badly.
Let me bring you closer.
The microphone?
Bring you the sensation.
So, okay, so we spend all the time making sure the audio level's fixed, and then you move your microphone close and ruin everything. Thank you.
I literally moved it 1 centimeter.
That's 1 centimeter too much, boy.
Ruin everything.
Move it back. Move it back.
Put it back.
It's in the same place.
Put it back. Put it back.
What the hell back?
Put your
Put it
microphone.
back.
I don't believe you.
Listen, buddy. We spend half an hour making sure the audio level's in check. You better
It's fine. It's literally in the same place.
Stan is
as
just
last
very
time.
dictatory right now because it's past his bedtime. His mom gonna yell at him.
Alright,
Yell.
kingjong.co. Kingjong.co.
I get the joke. I just don't want to give you the acknowledgement, okay?
Yeah, he did. Thanks.
I don't get the joke. I'm sorry.
Guys, can we
Kim
just
Jong-un, but he's not cool.
start?
Just because you're stupid.
When damnation struck the earth, all that was left was desolate land, random debris from a bygone age, and a tiny cliffside cottage. And though the world now sat devoid of intelligent life, it wasn't devoid of life at all. Thus, the usual gang came to be.
Anyway, this is the cold opener. I'm Stan Co. He's... So you're called...
He's what?
Munchie, that's fucking your turn.
My name is Munchie.
Bite.
Bye.
Hi, I'm
Monkey
Rebecca.
Doodles.
Doodles, yes.
And
Thrillshin.
creator of...
Stupid videos that probably will make your brain numb.
I can testify. Alright. Maybe...
It's very good though.
Okay, so let's take out the disgusting, humid elephant in the room. Munchie Bite is a new member of the podcast.
Yeah, you know, it's really interesting. He kind of just like appeared here. He like, you know how like in Source games where they just like T-post for a split second into the crowbar post. That's what literally happened this morning.
Yeah.
I don't know who you guys are. I just woke up.
You
We just
spawned
kind
in
of,
here.
gave you food and you followed us home.
Maybe if we just say it like it actually is. So zero-byte, the big stupid idiot that he is, just decided like, oh, zero-byte is a boring name, I want a new name. And he made a countdown for 10 days on Discord that every day he changed it. So it said like 9 days.
You need a countdown on Twitter.
So, you did it on Twitter too?
Yeah, you did on Twitter.
Fuck you.
I don't understand what's the problem here.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Then when the
What's the problem?
when the countdown finally did it, it's like, okay, my name is Munchie Bite now.
You know what you should have done? Really,
What?
real talk.
Yeah.
Munchie is that like when the countdown ended, you should have just changed your name to D's Nuts for like a day.
I'm sure that would.
Guys, it's D's Nuts now.
You should have
I
done
could
that.
have done.
You should
I
have
also
done
want
that.
to add that Munchie kind of sounds like München, which is a German place.
Then you could come visit me, right?
We would? No, that's not how it works.
You said it was a place. You can visit a place, Rebecca.
Yeah, but
That's not how mention works, okay? It's specific.
that's not how it works.
You don't go to German and come back, okay? That's what she means.
Whatever stays in Germany. Whatever happens in Germany stays in Germany.
It's true. Anyway. So when's the I saw there was a celebration about the Berlin Wall being down recently. Maybe you can talk about that, Rebecca.
I didn't go to it.
Okay, but what happened?
Cause
What was the...
they just, you know, they just kind of
They built a
Look
new
at
wall so they
the-
could tear it down again.
no, they
This-
just kind of have a big party. I'm not too versed in that, and everyone outside of Berlin doesn't really celebrate that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so I know we try to stay away from political shit, right? But I think it is a kind of, you know, funny. You have over in America side, it's like, it's a big beautiful wall, and in Berlin over in Germany, it's like, let's tear this big beautiful wall down.
Well, Stan, the Berlin Wall came down in the 80s, you know that, right?
I know that. I know that it didn't just come
Okay.
down. Hey guys,
Okay,
so
I'm just letting you know.
I
So
wasn't
for-
even born back then.
I-
I have no idea.
So I heard a little pigeon whisper that the Berlin Wall finally got taken down. That's interesting.
There is
Finally came
actually,
down.
there is actually people that thought it was a good thing that a Berlin Wall was there.
Hey, the communists for one,
And-
right?
Not really. There was like this weird dynamic going on back then. But I don't know which side was the one being like, yeah, it's not that bad. I just know that there are a few deniers, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Well, they're saying the wall never happened.
Not really that, but since you can see the damage here, there are no like real deniers of that. There's just kind of a mental thing, I would say.
When you say denies, I can just imagine there's people going up to like the rubble of the wall saying, "Nope, never happened. There was no wall here. Nope, nope, never happened."
No, that's not it. There's actually pieces of the Berlin Wall strewn all over Germany, and you can visit them in like museums and shit.
They're selling them in like souvenir shops.
No, that's lies. Usually.
No, they are.
Yeah, buy my rock.
It's true.
Buy this rock. Its historical significance is very fascinating.
You realize how many walls there are, right? You can just sell like a little chunk of it. It's like nothing. It's just concrete. Who cares?
They maybe have been doing that in the past, but I can't remember anyone really doing it anymore. Maybe they just have random rocks because you can't really prove it anyways.
I mean, there's a possibility, I guess. I was at a museum in Denmark. I don't know why they had a Berlin Wall museum in Denmark first off, but there's one, and I went to it. And like I think it actually has like one of the walls standing in a corner like, look, this is it's like a crowning achievement in a whole hangar. It wasn't an airplane. That was more interesting than the wall, really, but but the wall was there.
It's more of the historical significance of the wall.
Yeah.
And which is
what makes it special, not exactly.
That explains why everyone got so pissed off at Nostalgia Critic when you finally reviewed it.
Shut the
Oh my god.
Shut up.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
This was all a ploy to talk about Nostalgia Critic again.
Let's talk about YouTube's new rules and regulations.
I didn't hear about that at all. You just said it.
First it started with I can't remember the organization name, but they said that YouTube was targeting ads in YouTube Kids, specifically towards children, which is very illegal.
Yeah, that's a law against that.
And YouTube's way around it now is saying, hey, you manually have to click a button that states if your stuff is children friendly or not. So retarded, I swear to God.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that whole thing is
already implemented.
I'm not sure.
No, it's coming December 10th, I think.
See, okay. I saw that, right? I read through the article that, okay, you need to click a little button that says if this video might appeal to kids or whatever. Like, it's really, what do you call it, vague. And in credit to YouTube, that's not their fault, because that's just how the rules are, I guess. But the way they're choosing to implement it seems so backwards, because like, I guess I'm not a technical wizard, but they have that rule, okay, kids can't get targeted ads. Why aren't they just making sure that if you're under 13, there's no targeted ads?
No, how about, because YouTube Kids has its own separate section, right, that actually blocks off videos.
Yeah, why can't you just block off the targeted ads?
Yeah, why don't you just make YouTube Kids ad-free?
Yeah, or just remove the targeted ads. Isn't that a possibility?
Here's the thing. If you do that, then they'd be like, we're not making money for all these random kids watching stupid videos.
Yeah,
but they're still making like millions of dollars on fucking normal YouTube. Like a YouTube Kids section is a small thing no one really watches.
Well, I mean, this money's money, and they want money.
Like, I don't even think, like, it doesn't even make sense, because it's a stupid decision any way you put it. Like, why can't they just remove targeted ads if you are a child? They have the statistics of whoever's watching it, right? Like, if you don't have an account, remove targeted ads. If you have an account and you're under 13, remove targeted ads. I guess the real problem is like, oh, they need to get all the money from the people without accounts. That's the only way I can see it being necessary.
You know that gif of like Vince McMahon like doing the whole hand thing and like grabbing the stack of cash? That's YouTube. Like, they don't care.
Here's the thing. I saw my niece watching the Kids app a little bit ago. Yeah. And like the content on there is literally either fake Peppa Pig videos, some kid getting spoiled and unboxing a bunch of toys.
You mean Ryan?
No, it was like other kids apart from Ryan though. He's got his own Switch game. Go ahead.
I see
Dude,
Ryan.
Mario Kart competitor. Go on.
Just say something. Yesterday I went out. I saw Ryan toys inside my local supermarket.
That is epic. Okay, that's on the epic chart right now.
I think
that's Ryan's everywhere.
I think that's kind of creepy. Like, imagine you're a kid, right? And you want a toy of another kid.
Yeah. But it's like literally the content is just like other kids unboxing toys or fake animations.
Like this is the future. Kids unboxing other kids. Like what is this?
What have I got today? Super Rare Ryan. Oh,
This one's gold. Oh, this one can pee. Ooh.
I just feel bad. I feel kind of bad for Ryan though because
He
he's gonna
seems.
get like.
I mean, he seems happy enough, but.
But when he grows
Okay.
up, he's gonna know like his whole brand is this.
Do
thing
you
made by
guys
his
Wait,
think
okay,
he
go ahead.
will? Okay, this is really dark. But do
Yeah.
you guys think when he grows up, he will just dissolve in drugs and stupid shit?
No, that's not gonna happen.
Like
I
other-
do think like he's always on YouTube, right? So he's gonna grow up either to be like a man child because he already gets like presents every single day, or it's gonna be like he turns into some weird YouTuber because that's just what he likes to do, right? So he's gonna be the next Leafy or whatever.
Here's
No,
the
no,
thing.
he's gonna be like Fred
No.
and
Here's
turns
what I think.
gay. I'm
I think
saying
when
it
he-
right now. He's gonna turn gay.
So wait,
His-
Wait, what are you? Oh, right,
What?
Fred
What?
turned gay.
Oh yeah, Fred's gay.
Yeah, I forgot.
so wait. Are you
Just-
telling me when Ryan grows up, he's gonna make a video with Weezer?
Oh my fucking god.
You fucking. We already said stupid
Alright.
memes. Dated him. They already
Let me-
dated.
That's not Stan. That's a
What?
real video. Fred with Weezer. That's a real video, Stan.
I haven't seen it.
That's what I'm fucking referencing.
Okay,
not a
Finna-
dated meme.
Wait.
It's an actual
Explain it.
video.
Explain it to me. What happened?
Literally, Fred went to a recording thing. It was like, guys, I made a new album, and all you see is like Weezer walks into the recording and he goes, "Oh my god, it's Weezer!" And he talks about bringing them to the moon and shit, and then they call him crazy at the end. That's literally it.
Well, did he ever?
That's the whole video.
Did he ever bring them to the moon?
Who? What?
Did he ever bring him to the moon?
No.
Oh.
Okay, I gotta know.
I think it's really interesting that like the world is so small when you think about it, right? Like I think it's amazing that John Cena's child just turned out to be Fred. Like what a world.
Anyways, by the way, who's Weezer again?
So Weezer is a grunge rock band from the 90s.
They
And,
made they the ones who made the Photograph song?
No, that's Nickelback.
Oh.
Yeah.
Look at this photograph.
I think Nickelback should join Weezer.
What the hell? Nickelback joined Weezer. The fuck? Anyways, they're a good band. I like them personally, just because I'm a sucker for grunge music.
Can we go
But,
into a speed round of recommending maybe bands or whatever that not many people are talking about?
Okay, hold up. Do you want me to start?
Yeah. Just name a few, and then we'll go on without saying too much. Just give the names
All right.
and.
Right. Weezer, They Might Be Giants. The Chats is a really good punk band from like recent time. Jack Stalbert. Car Seat Headrest. There you go.
Okay. Munch, did you have any? I take it
Munchie.
as a no. Rebecca, do you have any?
I like Karen Palace, but that's only because of the music videos. Okay, the music is also really good, but
If you only like it because of the music videos, then you're just doing it wrong.
I know. But the music itself is good. I'm
I
jamming
like
to that
Caravan
shit.
blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah.
I like one song from them. I only remember it because it was in a TF2 video.
Are they the guys with
Oh.
like the weird logo with like the?
Yeah, they have the weird ASCII
Emoji
logo.
logo thing.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah,
like
I'm not
arms
a-
on the side.
My ex used to be fucking obsessed with that.
See,
band.
you don't like him because of your ex.
No, I don't like is it techno like kind of style? If I
It's
remember
electro
Techno
swing. Electro swing.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
into electro swing
I
at
like-
all. I think it's.
I like it a lot, but that's me.
I like old swing, like fucking old 19s like 40s swing. I don't like electro.
I like both. Anyway, go check out Glass Animals.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Check out the Black Keys. Cause I
Black
found
Keys
them.
is good.
I found them recently, finally. Check
Really,
out.
I've known about.
Yeah, well, you never tell me about them. Check out Tally Hall. You check out Broken Bells. That's mine.
Okay.
Okay, I guess that's the end of music hour.
Okay.
I see you fucking typing, Rebecca. You better cut it out.
I'll just say Jack Stauber, that is all.
Oh, Jigsaw, yeah. But he got better lately. I think like his earlier stuff doesn't really
I love his earlier stuff.
connect.
What do you mean, like Pop Foods? You don't like Pop Foods, the album?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I really love My Plea from Pop Food.
I love Buttercup. Actually, I think it's my favorite. It's either Buttercup or I Love You, Vern Troyer. Those are my two favorite tracks.
Here's the thing. I wanted them to make full versions of Deploy and Exxon Dippy.
Wait,
and then
guys.
they did that.
Why don't we make our own Jack Stopper like song right now? We'll just take a random topic and just like hum it faintly, and like after the fact
Alright.
we'll do a little beat and we'll lay it on top and put it through some old soundy filter.
Yeah.
Okay, so quick topic. fucking Subway sandwiches and where to get them.
Oh, Spyro sells them.
I got my Subway today.
It's not-
Jared, get away from me.
Jared at my heart.
I just put a couple of Jareds here. I let you find my child.
It's Spyro Subway. It's Spyro Subway.
Oh no, it's Spyro. Do you think Jared likes Spyro Subway?
Yes.
He does. He loves that shit. He gobbles us up like.
He's sitting there. He's sitting there. He's sitting there in the jail cell with like a fucking framed photo of Spyro Subway.
Give a little squeeze on your behind.
I think what he does, he gets up, he slowly walks to it, puts one hand on it, strokes and goes, one day.
One day. Say, Spyro, I have an idea. I was trying to do an impression of Hunter from. Is that his name, Hunter from Spyro?
Oh, I never played Spyro.
The guy shitting in the sub is it fucking Hunter?
Oh,
I think his name is Hunter.
it's not canonical to the Spyro games.
It is, dude.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I'm just making sure.
The creators in Insomniac literally said, yeah, that's canon.
That's kind of
So back to YouTube, right?
Back to YouTube.
Another thing that was brought up, and I'm not fully aware of it a little bit, it's called P-score, which to my knowledge is YouTube ranks you, and they've been doing it for a while, I guess, where, so if your video doesn't, is not advertiser friendly or doesn't get enough views, it lowers how trustworthy you are to YouTube. And if you make video that is cash money, it increases your trust. It's basically social credit points.
Yeah, I was
YouTube
about
style.
to say.
It literally is social credit points.
Seems like
as well
everything's grounding together at the same time about China right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
There's actually two things about the thing you said with the P-score. The person that exposed that with his like little group of people.
Of gremlins.
2 hours after that was exposed, they patched it out so people can't see it publicly anymore in the code.
Ah!
So it was too late. I like 24 hours later I saw the video.
Bro,
So I couldn't see my P-score. And also, sorry, but Markiplier had a stream lately.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
And people were trying to, show support and indicate what option is supposed to get picked. in the stream
to
with
give some
comments.
explanation, right? He was live streaming. I don't know all of it, but he was basically doing a game, and he was telling his viewers to either vote with a red emote in the chat or a green emote with the chat, right? So it's like telling his viewers to spam either a red or a green emote in the chat, and they're doing that. And like an hour after they noticed that, the accounts that are spamming these emotes, they are like getting banned. Because YouTube's automated system is detecting spam, and they're not even just locking the YouTube account, they're locking their Gmail account as well. Like Google Drive, everything associated with Google, it gets locked down because they spammed that red emote on Markiplier's livestream.
That is really extreme. See, I think people should.
And I think worse than that, right? People are, of course, appealing it, like through YouTube's shitty system, right? Which supposedly has a manual review on. That's supposedly what the appeal does, right? Like some person goes see it and checks it out. All of them rejected.
Wow.
And on Twitter, YouTube responded by saying, "Yeah, we can't do anything about it."
Wow.
Yeah, scummy.
Dude, did you just try to support your creators, dude? That's not very cash money of you. I'm taking away your P-score.
It's like it seems like at every turn they're so far up in the ass about making robots do it that they don't want to bother remedying their own problems.
Yeah, as well, what was it? People that kind of subscribed with the like membership thing, like the money that gets put into YouTube by them. Not only this, but also supporting the creators themselves with this almost Patreon-like system they implemented.
Oh yeah, you can pay on a channel now to support them somehow.
Yeah, and that function is still running, so it's money is getting taken from them, and they can't even look at the content at all.
Wow, yeah.
You can't even cancel the service.
I don't know if maybe you have to like talk.
I'm gonna
to the
take
bank
that
about it.
section with a grain of salt. That seems like if they're locking your Gmail account, still charging you money, that's like seems illegal.
Yeah, that's why I was so confused about it. I only saw it on Twitter as well, and even like Marketplace like published a video about that and talked about it. And it seems to like from his side coming, that seems to be the case at the moment.
Did any of you ever
But
watch Markiplier?
I did in the past.
I've seen him off and on back in the day, like 5-6 years ago.
I think I remember I was watching him every day at one point. It's like I don't remember how old I was, but you know, that was one of the guys who I follow was like playing spooky games or whatever.
See, when I was in middle school, it was Game Grumps, the whole people were into, right? John, Tron, and Aaron. I loved Game Grumps, old school Game Grumps. I still do. I watch a lot of their videos. I'm kind of sad where Game Grumps has gone. It's not as funny anymore. It's more of a corporation rather than just two guys playing games anymore.
I'm not so sure. I think it's just that, you know, you can only sit on a couch for so long before it gets stale either way.
No, it's that too. It's everything of that. It's all factored into one.
Yeah, I don't think it's as much cooperation, but they're definitely, you know, they are a corporation, right? But I don't think...
They are now.
I don't think that they're sitting counting their money while they're recording. I think they genuinely enjoy it. I hope so anyway.
Yeah. I think Game Grumps kind of... I stopped following after like 2017. Because I didn't find it as funny anymore. Even when Danny joined, you know, he was pretty funny, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say too. Like everyone says that, oh, it's not the same after John left, and granted, it isn't because it's not the same guy,
no, it's
right?
not the same.
But Danny was pretty funny too.
Yeah, Danny's a great guy. Like from what I've seen, his stuff's pretty funny.
What do you think of his music? He has that Ninja Sex Party thing.
I think
that's good.
I commend its efforts. I like some songs absolutely, but I find after I think early high school, I just stopped getting into it because it's the same joke over and over again on every song.
It's like Dick Sex.
Yeah, Star Bomb. Even though I used to love Star Bomb, I think that's I'm a bit more favored to that one, especially the second.
Yeah, I think Star Bomb I would love a lot if I was younger. I think because it's just like video game. Haha, what if Mario did drugs?
Yeah, so like here's the thing though, like Star Bomb came out when I was like just starting high school, like the first album. I was into that shit the whole time. I had like really shitty downloads like on my 3DS and would listen to it. I even had a player select like the CD and.
See, the thing is, I don't want to sit back in my armchair, stroll my glass of wine, and be like, "No, listen here, this kid
I'm just a sophisticated one here."
Like, listen here, fucking like I don't want to sit back and pretend we're doing high art critique of like something aimed at kids anyway, right?
Yeah.
So Star Bomb is clearly made for an audience who's really into that sort of humor, and that's fine.
Okay, here's the thing though. The Glass Joe song on Player Select is still a banger.
I haven't heard that. I'm gonna try to find out.
Glass Joe's title bout? That's good.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't watched.
So do you have Star Bomb on vinyl? That's what you're saying. You sit back in your armchair.
No, I have a CD copy.
Okay.
Guys.
But I haven't watched anything Star Bomb. I don't know what it is.
It's an album by Danny Sexbang.
Danny Sexbang.
He's the guy on Game Grumps.
Yeah.
He's the guy on Game Grumps that isn't John.
Yeah, I don't know.
Did he legally like name himself that, or is it just a nickname?
I don't actually know.
Danny Sexbang?
Danny Sexbang?
No, his name is Dan Avidan.
Oh, right.
Oh, Dan Avidan, yeah.
Oh, right.
Why does he have that name, though?
Danny Sexbang? I think it's just his artist name then.
It's his artist name. It's a facade. It's a
okay.
facade.
It's a facade, dude.
Okay.
It's all ploy.
It's not real.
It's not real. He doesn't exist.
It's a persona.
It's like Lady Killer 666 online name thing.
Yes, whatever that is.
It's just an example of an edgy online name.
Right.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I remember the way I made the CD was my friend bought the MP3.
You made a CD?
Version. Yeah, because my friend bought it digitally and he gave me his, so I burned it on a CD.
Oh, okay, so your Star Bomb CD is just
a makeshift copy I made, yeah.
A garage burn. Okay, so already supporting piracy and...
It's not piracy if my friend bought it.
You wouldn't steal a car.
Honestly, I think that's actually the definition of old piracy, is like burning a copy from your friend.
No, it's legal to buy a copy from your friend.
Okay,
like,
in Canada.
You get a copy from your friend. Yeah, as long as you're not paying.
We've talked about this. It's Canada, right? You have bumfuck rules about that. You mentioned to me that you can legally buy a video game in GameStop, whatever, and burn it on a CD outside the store and give it for free.
As long as you're not making money off it. Yes.
That seems retarded.
I think.
You think?
I know. I actually looked into it because I had to do an assignment on music, downloading music, and it says in Canada it's legal to download music from a peer-to-peer system.
So you can
Someone-
torrent as
somebody
much.
bought it beforehand.
You can torrent as much music as you want without any worries in Canada.
I don't know.
Okay, so to all of viewers down here, for if you live in Canada, just go open up Pirate Bay, get some tunes, get that Eminem new album, whatever the fuck it's called, and just do it's legal.
I'm not.
He's
not
we're
supporting
advocating
piracy.
for piracy. Well,
I'm not supporting piracy.
I'm advocating for piracy all day.
Canadians be like,
I would say it
"Yarr."
depends.
I think it depends. Honestly, most cases piracy pays off. Let's say in the video game industry, right? Let me actually go into detail, right? Because we have certain different groups of pirates, you could say. There's people who like, oh, I pirated it. If I like it, I buy it. That seems green in my book. Then you have people who like, right, I don't have that much money, but I always plan on buying it later on. That seems good. Then you have the other section that's like, I don't buy any games. And for that last section, that's kind of scummy, right? But
That's scummy, yeah.
yeah, but like they weren't planning on buying it anyway, right? So you're not losing them as customers. It's just more people that can spread word of mouth anyway.
Yeah.
So I think there's zero drawback to piracy in
With
games at least.
games though,
So
it feels different than like movies or stuff like that. Because
Definitely.
I feel a lot of underground film and independent stuff don't have the possibilities to do like merch or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
That feels really
I
scummy.
think pirating games is different from everything else, I think.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I think it's more of piracy can land on two things, and it's do you want to support the company or not?
Yeah.
Right. And when it comes to companies like Konami, like I personally don't want to support Konami, right? Because the shitty practices they do because they're employees and everything, right? Or you don't have the money now, but you want to try it and then buy it later.
Yeah.
Both of those areas I don't find as scummy,
No.
right?
Mm.
What is scummy is like what you said. I don't buy any games. I just pirate everything. That's a problem.
Yeah. But
That's
even
amazing.
then, like what I'm saying though, those kind of people, if piracy wasn't a thing, like it's just not possible, they just wouldn't buy it. Because like that, it's like what they say, they don't buy anything.
It's funny because piracy has gotten easier over time.
Yeah.
Because like back in the day, let's go with music. We had vinyl, right? How the fuck do you pirate vinyl? You can't, unless you had like your own like plastic builder and shit, right?
Mhm.
Then you had tapes, which that was easier to pirate because you could buy a blank tape and then record your friends or record off the radio,
Yeah.
right? And then you had CDs and you could do the same thing. Then there was digital,
Mhm.
and with the combination of the internet, that caused a lot of people and companies to panic because it was fucking the easiest shit now just to go and grab a file.
And they couldn't keep up for a long time with that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always of the belief that the only way you can combat piracy isn't to like put in like millions of dollars in anti-piracy measures. Like you have a lot of games now that have some shit called de novo that apparently eats up your RAM while you're playing it and shit like that. And
DRM.
DRM shit, and like it gets cracked at tops after a month anyway, so it's just a wasted money.
I think so. Here's the thing: it's so dumb. I think what companies should do, right, is to not put DRM and just trust your users.
Yeah.
Because if you're not a scummy company, most likely people are going to usually buy your product.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you need DRM. That's the main reason I haven't played the new Hitman games. Because it's all online only for the most part.
And that's a real shame because the new Hitman games are really great, right? Like the DRM shit is only hurting the actual customers.
So like in the original Hitman that came out, not the original, but the new reboot.
Absolutely.
Like
right.
2015.
Hitman.
So they had special missions, right? Where they had like famous actors like Gary Busey or some other people. Those missions are online only. They're gonna be lost media at this point with these famous actors in it.
Yeah.
Like you can't play these offline. That's so retarded. Like what the fuck?
I think that's more of a gameplay thing because in that game, that like even without DRM, like the whole point of it is that it's limited time only. That's like that you're supposed to get a thrill out of that.
See, that's why.
But it's like people have different opinions on that, a specific one.
See, that's why I prefer to play Hitman 2 and Blood Money. Those are my two favorites.
I mean, you always just like bullshit.
I own the box set collection actually of Hitman for PS2.
I think
Munchie, you want to say something?
About de novo.
Right.
Sonic Mania had de novo when it launched, but then in March this year they removed it. So the file size for the game went from 117 megabytes to 3 megabytes.
I just spit out
spit out his fucking drink.
So over 100 megabytes got deleted because of de novo was removed.
There is a game
That's
made in Russia. talking about sizes. There's a game made in Russia that is 98 kilobytes.
It's called Tetris.
No, I don't remember. It's a first-person shooter,
Okay.
right? That's looks like dog shit and plays like dog shit, but it's so small it could fit. You could fit like I think 100 of them on one floppy disk. It can literally run on
shit.
anything. Like, what's game?
Can you put it on your Nokia?
No, I'm talking about PCs.
Can I put it on my N-Gage?
No, I can't. I can't wait till all these companies hear our podcast. Like, what did you do?
I want EA to hear it because
EA.
Can I just say something about the whole pirate thing?
Yeah.
Can Verve please expand their regional shit, you know? Because I'm having a big problem. I really want to like get into that whole stream. I know it's expensive and stuff, but you know, support the
So before you
cartoons and
continue, Verve
everything.
is a streaming service for cartoons, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Go on.
And you know the newest thing from Jello Apocalypse is on Verve. I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out. Whatever. First episode, let's see. And I couldn't even see the preview of it or the sign up now. It was only, yeah, I'm sorry, we are not in Germany yet. I'm like, what?
Wow. Just use a VPN.
I
Yeah,
don't
the
have
fact
one.
that
costs
you
money.
need the fact that you need that is like already a problem, right?
Yeah.
Do we need to plug NordVPN on this
No,
podcast?
we don't have the
I don't
sponsor.
know.
We
We're
don't.
not
gonna get hacked.
sponsored.
We don't have the sponsor. Don't give them the fucking money, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not paying us. Don't buy NordVPN, okay?
One more thing I have on piracy, right?
Right.
One more thing when I deem it's ethical is when the game is not available for sale anymore.
Yeah.
Like it's abandoned. Like, and they have some schmuck on eBay selling it for like $300.
That's the ethical thing
Right.
to do is buying it from him.
my phone has Flappy Bird. I haven't deleted it, guys. You wanna buy my phone?
Yeah, you can buy like PS4s
How
that have
expensive
PT
is
now
that?
because they removed that.
Isn't Flappy Bird's original APK file literally just on the internet? Rolling
Probably.
around? It's
Also-
gotta be.
Also,
Probably.
just on piracy before we move on, right? I just want to say that the only way you should combat piracy is just making your service easier to use than the hassle of actually pirating it, right?
I
Yeah.
agree with Gabe Newell in which it's not a it's a service issue.
Yeah.
Right? It's how can you make it accessible to your customers?
Yeah.
Because if it's not accessible, people are gonna pirate it.
Like, okay, I'm not speaking for everyone, right? But I have a somewhat stable job. I have disposable income. Not everyone's as lucky as me, right? So whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I can afford to throw out a few dollars every now and again. But if I need to go through like the hassle of downloading 3 different services and like reading through an EULA, which I do read because that's the law.
Oh, you don't just click agree like.
No, you need. It says I need to read it.
Haven't you seen the South Park episode?
Sure,
where-
you're really saying it's a safe face in the podcast.
Yeah. No.
Guys, I read the whole thing.
No, I'm just-
scroll and click OK.
Anyway, I was just making a joke. Anyway, my main point is like you need to download like 3 different services, go through the shoddy UI, finding the section, and then it's like blocked in Germany anyway.
Yeah, that's also like a lot of Netflix shows. If you have the German language on, they have a weird thing that the American ones, like, they don't have like a translation, like a full translation into German, that they're just not showing up at all.
Well, that's
Which-
because
Yeah.
that's because it's showing what's available in the German language, subtitled or dubbed. Because a lot of people in Germany, well, some I guess, don't speak English. Am I correct?
Yeah, but I think it's kind of a hassle at this point because we in Germany, we get it like drilled into our heads from like grade 3 upwards.
Bad one.
You don't have a choice. You just get English,
Right.
basically.
Well, in Canada, we get fucking French drilled into our brains. I still don't know French.
Well, it's different, right? Because you actually need English. You don't need French.
Well, I manipulated my teachers to get me out of French and Spanish classes.
What did you
So,
manipulate her? That's a story.
Actually, should I tell it?
No.
Sure.
Yes.
Fine, alright.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
The
say it.
duality of man here.
So, through my 5 years of being in secondary school, which is basically middle school and high school put
wait.
together.
Did you fail 5 times? Is that why you?
No, it's 5 years long.
You said. Oh.
They say so. It's 5 years from year 7 to like year 11, right?
Right.
So they say year 7 you do French, year 8 you switch to Spanish, and you keep switching back and forth over the years until you get to year 11, which you decide what language you want to do for an exam. So the thing is, every single year I either didn't listen or I just used Google Translate for homework, which seemed to work. Year 10, at the end of it, they gave me a paper saying what exams I want to do. The thing is, it forced me to do one language and either geography or history. I couldn't be fucked. So I went to a teacher who's in charge of all the classes, and I told her, look, I don't want to do this. Yeah. And she looks at me and goes, Munchie, I trust you because you haven't really done anything bad over these last 5 years of being here. So she changed my history to secondary science, which is like an extra science class. And then she stopped me from doing French and put me in graphics class. The thing is, I failed both science and graphics anyway.
Okay, well, same shit.
That's
So it's literally just because I acted well, I just was like, hey, you could trust me. Just put me in a different class. Even though I fucking failed both of them. And that's why people trust me.
You know what? That
Yeah.
reminds me.
Before I
in
continue, Rebecca,
university-
right? Before I continue.
Yes.
Put in a big sound effect of a guy farting right here. That's fucking
Why?
hilarious.
Why?
Okay, Rebecca, continue.
Good fucking damn it. After this great interruption, okay.
Do it again. It's funny.
No.
should we
Stinky.
just go to commercial break?
Actually, let's
Oh,
let's take a
shit.
listen to it right here. Look.
Fuck you,
Fucking stupid piece of shit.
bitch.
Dick having.
Fuck you.
Foul
You look like a
mouth.
micro penis full of fucking stick cheese.
Milk toast piece of shit. Anus having, inflating, chair sniffing, pre-cum faced, anal beads wearing, testicle crushing, BDSM looking, lollipop drawing, furry convention venturing, JoJo fangasming, K-pop standing, Twitter canceling,
Oh.
piece of
Yeah.
fucking shit.
Oh yeah, and you're also a retard too. A big retard.
Fuck you. I was gonna say something, but I kind of forgot. What was it?
I was going to say, I like it when people base the whole profile online around the fetish they have.
I noticed that it tends to be
Oh yeah,
Or- or
I remember, right? What I was gonna say about like subscription service and shit. I had Pornhub Premium for a year, and I got it for free.
on Valentine's Day.
How?
Well, I got it. Maybe it was Valentine's Day, something like that, right? And like it said, okay, your trial, blah blah blah, thing. So I canceled the subscription because of course I'm not gonna pay for that. And then it said, okay, your trial expires in 1 year. I think it's a bug,
Wow.
but I got it, right? Now here's the fucky thing. When you have premium, it like filters out all the normal videos. Like you can only watch premium for some reason. So I'm doing the deucing on Pornhub.com searching tentacle with 0 results, and I was pissed off. So for a year, I wasn't allowed to search up
sad.
weird shit like that.
That's sad.
That is sad.
That's sad.
You get like less content while paying.
I just to go back to the other thing I was talking about. I, just
Calling
go
out
on,
Pornhub.
I go on Twitter, Steam, and you find someone called like I don't know, Emily
Vasquez.
Emily Velasquez. No. Like Emily the thick doggo, and then the profile pictures is like cropped porn or whatever.
And they
then
like
go,
RP about this character.
and then it sends a link to like their DeviantArt or
It's
whatever.
like messy tales. I still do love pooping.
Oh.
Oh no, not that good.
I discovered them early, like just a few days ago, and I was crying, laughing, and looking through their fucking tweets. Right? It's like every single tweet is just golden nuggets might have coming from the underbelly of his fucking abdomen. Like it's just you see one
You know
tweet
that-
is
you know
like
that-
just got done pooping. As a second tweet, I should have wish I could roll around in a tub of poop right now. there's a
It's
big
worse
That
when you get-
reminds me. There's actually like a lot of accounts have like alts that are only like non-safe for work centered.
I have one of those.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm really confused about. A lot of these bigger YouTubers actually have them as well.
Hmm?
And what was it? I think it was Shammy.
Hmm?
He's pretty open about that. If you know him, he's
I
like
know.
he has like this
I
bird.
Don't know who Shami is.
He had an owl.
He's
and he
like
was
a-
really
what,
popular
is he like
in
a
the
Fortnite?
gaming review. No, he was in the gaming reviewing community.
Okay.
And he has like this owl that he only morphs the face off, so it's like a photo.
Is it like a story time
He-
animation?
No. What is similar?
Saberspark?
Yeah, it's in the Saberspark category, I would say, but
Okay.
more like this little stick blob man with the fedora. Anyways, so he has also one of those accounts, but it stopped posting a while ago. Like he got a boyfriend, and he's like the furry artist, and he drew like them doing the do. But then it just kind of died, and nothing has been uploaded in like a year.
Just
or
before you
something.
continue, right? When Rebecca said doing the do, she was referring to them having hardcore gay sex. Just making sure that everyone listening can follow along. Go on.
So, like,
Wow, I thought you were talking about fucking a pile of shit.
okay.
That's a Messy Tales tweet right
That's
there.
Messy Tales. That's a Messy Tales moment.
This is a Messy.
It is.
That's a Messy Tales.
And the Messy Tales moment.
That's
You
a
guys
Messy
know what
Tales.
I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. So like,
Yeah, they're having hardcore gay sex.
usually it's because Rebecca. It's because when you're in a relationship, you stop being horny on main.
Oh.
Well, she
Wait,
was horny on
I mean,
alt.
it wasn't on. Yeah, it wasn't old.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying though. In general, you stop being as horny for porn.
No. See, the thing is, right? In a toxic relationship, you stop being horny on your alt account. In a good relationship, you keep going.
I don't think it's toxic.
know,
I
I
seem
don't-
to be
I don't
really
know.
happy.
Oh, okay, that's good for them.
I was about to say, dude, I stopped looking at porn when I was in a relationship.
Same.
Well,
It
I-
just kind of happens, I guess.
well,
Hey,
excuse
hey.
me for being a virgin loser over
If
here.
you have, if you have I'm not safe for work art account, you draw like furry art or whatever. As soon as you get in a relationship, you start drawing art of yourself and your partner, and you
Sure.
keep posting that shit out.
I think
Point
that'd
at
be creepy.
Stan and
kinda.
laugh. He's the virgin. He's
Ah.
the virgin.
Ladies, I've never done the do, which
Ladies,
and
you
and,
bungo.
and by do I don't mean
Squats.
by do I don't mean gay sex this time.
Ladies, squats.
Ladies.
Okay, can we just talk about like fucking double standards? Like for females, it's always like, oh, it's virgin, it's good, but with like guys, it's like he's a virgin.
Wait, is that
don't
good
get
to
it.
be a girl and not be a
No,
virgin?
do you not know why?
Seemingly, I don't know.
No, do you not really know why?
No, not at all. What's the
Because
deal?
virgin women vagina is tighter. It's literally why.
Is that like a fetish?
Some people, yeah.
Okay.
That's
weird.
so stupid.
When you
That's
said
where
that,
that comes from.
It's kind of gross.
when you said that, I just thought of Dan Schneider.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you said tighter, and I immediately jumped to like get in the van, to grab a tighter piece of fighter.
Dan the Hyman Collider Schneider. Dan the big dick at Nick Schneider.
Dan, get in the van, Schneider.
Dan loves toes at Teen Show Schneider.
Dan the Hyman divider. That's enough of that. Go on.
Oh, have you guys seen like the cartoon show? Like his company was trying
Oh
to
my god, you talking about
produce?
Henry Danger in the cartoon?
Yes, it's
There's
so
a giant
bad.
foot enemy. There's a giant foot enemy in that.
It is? No
Yes, there is.
fucking way.
Wait, let's talk about this for a second. Have you guys ever realized Nickelodeon's logo was a giant foot when Dan Schneider was working there?
Oh, I remember that.
Do you think it's all connected? Maybe it's just
It
the
is.
graphics artist trying to give a subtle hint, like this guy has a problem. Please don't.
They walked up to John Cates and make me a logo about my fetish. Like, all right, I'll draw this giant foot.
I like to imagine the boarding room, right? They're sitting in there like, okay, well, so we need to come up with a new logo. I need ideas, and he just like springs up from his fucking chair, being like, could it be a food, please?
He just gets the microphone. No, it's like a big meeting, right? There's actually like staff and everything. He gets up. He's all he hears. I have a word.
Yeah,
Yeah, how about we make it a giant foot, please?
like the room just gets silent. Everyone's just looking at each other, shaking. No one wants to say anything
You
against
hear
them.
you hear some guy in the background just go, I like it. They all fucking cheer.
I just imagine when he says like a foot, the room slowly turns to like red, and some guy that goes, "I like it," goes back to normal.
So like, there's a really good video I watched. Some dude who actually went into that studio, the abandoned one, like 2012. So now it's a Blue Man Group area, by the way. It was repainted. It's for Blue Man Group.
Oh,
But,
wait,
the original
it's not
video-
the same video.
So it went
Yeah,
from
so the
orange
original
to
in
blue.
2012. So in 2012, there's this really cool thing. The animator's room actually had two doors, and the doors were actually a replica of the spaceship for Ren and Stimpy. And you actually walked in like it was a spaceship. I thought that was really cool. And they had a powder toast man around the bathroom area, and I think that's really cool. I think the problem with workplaces and offices is that they're always gray and dark. You know, I find that people work better if it doesn't look very bleak. If it doesn't feel like a job, people tend to work better.
I actually have something interesting to add on that, right? My job is a programmer. I work in a company. I don't need to get into that, but it's basically an office building with also the computers, right? The company I work at is kind of global, so we have a section in Denmark, a section in the US, a section in Australia, right? And we have a guy who travels around occasionally. And so he's like a Danish guy, so he's like it might not be for everyone, but in Denmark at least, office complexes tend to be kind of open, like so people can at least, you know, stand up, see each other, talk to each other. Like there's usually a lot of windows next to all of the desks, right? This guy, he went to America for the first time and saw all of these like small cubicles crammed together with only like a ceiling light to illuminate the place, no windows inside. And he said like, yeah, apparently they prefer this, which seems really fucking alien to me and everyone else. I don't know. I guess you're the closest to America, Frill, right? But do you know anything about like office buildings where you at?
Yeah, office buildings are the same shit here. They're big cubicles. People sit in their own little thing. People chat at the water.
Would you say that they prefer having it in tight spaces, cubicles?
No. People fucking hate it. Ask anybody who works in the office in US and Canada, they fucking hate it.
Yeah. So I don't get, cause like we bring it up, right? Like this looks really fucking tight, but as he said it, well, I guess the higher ups assume that that's the best thing to do. I don't know if that's
the reason why is because
really
they don't want. So the reason why it's like that is because they don't want they want as little communication with other people as possible. They want people just to do the work. Sit down, shut up, do your work, go home.
See, I think that's like a twist of my, because I go to work, I actually talk a lot with my coworkers, right? We had a I think like half an hour where I just talked about Street Fighter with the guy sitting next to me. Yeah, so like I guess I went off hill and I showed him the Bushworld Adventures from Rick and Morty, and he was like having fucking fit about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's as long as you're doing your work and talking, I see no problem with people having discussions.
Because like then you're happy to go to work.
Yeah. And I feel in the U.S. at least, Valve did a really good job with their office space because a lot of their offices, yes, they are kind of gray because that's the kind of like the Valve aesthetic, but their desks all move. Like they're not cubicles; they're actual like desk, and you can move it to a different section. Yeah, that's what they said. People can jump from project to project to project. You don't have to stay in one project.
On a whim.
You can work on a bunch.
The weird thing is, I'm sorry, but here in Germany, like I've been to a few offices. And rarely there's a cubicle wall at all. Yeah. They're all just open places. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, the people have small wars in them, being like, this is my side of the desk, you're not allowed to put your shit there. Sometimes they have these altercations, but nothing like, you know how productive the German people are. You know, it's like magical to a lot of other people how fast and good we are and with our quality. So I don't understand why they don't take that as like a hint that's like not that bad, you know?
I think it's more with the US and like North America in general is if it ain't broke, why fix it? Because yes, people complain, but I don't think it's enough for them to change it.
Yeah.
If people are like, oh, this sucks, but they deal with it anyways. Well, like it's a job. You're still getting money at the end of the day. No one cares. Hey, money is money.
I mean, in the UK, as long as you have a cup of tea in front of you, no one cares.
Coffee's better.
You just triggered all the British views.
The what? One? The two?
Well, yeah, Zero watches these occasional. I mean, fuck, Munchie watches.
I've been watching the first episode on repeat.
You're the reason we have 90 views now.
We have two. I'm pretty sure we have like two British viewers tops.
Okay.
We got Munchie here.
So I think
some other random fuckies like, oh, look these blokes.
Okay, like guys, I think there's a good chance that this will be the only episode before New Year's, right? Because like it takes a bit to make them, right? So it might be a chance. So in the New Year's resolutions, I want to start off saying my New Year's resolution is getting 10 subscribers on the Usual Gang YouTube channel.
Yeah, let's smash that subscribe button. Smash the like button, even if you haven't seen the video yet. Like it, subscribe, even though I haven't showed you my content yet. I hate people who do that the most.
Remember to smash it twice so we get double the subscribers.
Yeah.
Remember to put that bell on because we don't upload very often.
Yeah.
Yes.
And remember to put your password in the comments.
Yes.
Put your
No,
don't do that.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Do you think we're actually liable for saying that?
No, I don't care. They're stupid.
He's got a point.
Seemingly in Germany you are.
Yeah, well, we're not in Germany. We're off the
grid, bitch.
Listen, Beggar. We're in the cloud, right?
All we could say is that we could probably just say this podcast is in like the Isle of Wight.
Why don't you just edit? Why don't you just edit that and then like put a big censor being like,
warning: we do not condone the actions of doing this. If you do anything stupid that we talk about, it's on your own.
Yeah.
Bitch, retard,
Me?
gay, stupid, big stupid doo-doo ass, piss ass.
God,
piss ass. That reminds me. I once made a graphic design logo with like fucking around online with people, and that was like I don't know, 5-6 years ago, and I just kind of designed that shit and printed it out like a little sticker, and it's just piss ass, but instead of piss ass, it's in German Pisse aus dem Arsch, and I thought it was really funny, and I was cleaning out, and my mother was with me, and she just looked at it and was like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, "It's funny." She was like really concerned about it.
Rebecca, why do you have this? I thought it was well.
What is this? Why?
Your generation ruined everything. Computer.
Okay, boomer. I guess that's a thing to talk about, right? I'm struggling with creativity being productive, as everyone is, right?
Mhm.
It's like
Maybe you need something to look forward to inside of work, like you have a snack that you hide in your desk or something like that, and the next day you're just like, oh, I gotta get a snack.
I mean, I don't think about food that much, Rebecca.
Okay, I'm a food-driven person.
That's cool.
So I don't know what drives you.
See, that's the thing, right? I think that's interesting because I definitely would call myself a creator, right? I like to create stuff. Some people are happy, like, I guess, being farmers and doing whatever the fuck. That's cool, but like, I could never see myself living a life like that. Like, if I'm not creating stuff, I think I'd get depressed, right? But when I finally finish a project, be it a drawing, a long ass animation, I feel nothing when I'm done with it. It's like, oh, okay, what next?
I think you just need more of a drive, you know.
Yeah.
But like, how do you get a drive?
Take a break from it first, and then come back to it when you really feel like you're inspired to draw.
See, that's what I'm doing, right? Like, trying to take breaks, trying to ration it out. I was having a lengthy conversation with Doobie Doodles, at Doobie Doodles, follow her on Twitter, she's pretty cool. Like, talking about that stuff, and she's like, okay, try to force yourself to limit yourself to, I don't know, like an hour, half an hour every day instead of, like, so something I've been doing for at least a bit was working for 6 hours one day because I just had the drive to do it right, and then being burned out for 2 weeks because, like, I just couldn't be asked after that, which I don't like. Like, I'll see a lot of cool artists being like just pumping cool shit out on the daily. I'm like, how do they do it?
Maybe, yeah, that as well. But maybe you just need to, like she said, like limit yourself.
Yeah.
And think about, you know, the work you're doing as like quote unquote a farm animal, kind of as the break itself from your creative process as well. And, you know, take care of your own health, body, and mind.
Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to, like, that's also the whole thing with like trying to wake up early, because I can get 2 hours in the morning if I manage to wake up early. Like, okay, do two hours of just drawing or whatever the fuck. Then I'm set for the whole day. I can come home feeling great that I did something. I don't feel pressure to do anything more, right? I met my goal. So I think what it is I missed that little mark in the beginning and wake up at like 6 instead of 4. Then I'm like really depressed. Oh, I didn't get it.
Wait, you wake up at 4 a.m.?
That's what I try to do.
Why?
So I can wake up early and go to work at 6.
6 a.m. work.
Listen, Phil, you have no place to tell me about sleeping schedules because you already told me yours was fucked.
I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning every day.
When do you go to bed?
What? At like fucking 2 in the morning.
So how many hours of sleep do you get?
Do I give a fuck?
I'm asking you.
Here's the thing. I can have like an hour of sleep versus 12 hours of sleep. I still feel the same.
Are you sure you'd feel the same in the long run though?
Are you sure you I try to get
Well, it seems like it so far.
So are you getting 1 hour of sleep every day?
No.
That's what I'm saying. If you did that, you'd get fucking destroyed.
But I still feel the same.
You feel
when
the same.
It does happen.
Well, if it happens occasionally, sure, right? Like a one-time thing. If you do that on a regular basis, though, you're killing yourself.
I'm obviously doing a bad job at that.
No, Stan. That's not how that works.
Well, okay, I'm not
You're not killing yourself because you're fucking have a shitty sleep schedule. That's not how that works.
No, that's not what I mean. I mean it's unhealthy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
it's unhealthy to breathe too much.
Yeah, it's unhealthy to breathe fucking polluted water. Sorry, polluted air.
You breathe polluted water.
Shut up!
I gotta clean my gills. Hold on.
Listen.
It's unhealthy. It's unhealthy to drink fucking water that's been contaminated. But fucking a lot of stuff's still contaminated today.
That's not a good excuse to still do it though.
What I'm saying is that everything's fucked anyways. A sleep schedule isn't gonna harm you as much as the rest of the things in the world.
Well, okay. Taking a gunshot to the head. is worse than having a bad sleep schedule, you are correct. That doesn't make the bad sleep schedule not be bad, though. Listen, this is a podcast. I'm giving out advice for everyone listening. Get a good sleep schedule in order.
Yeah,
Get at least.
fucking advice.
Okay, fine. Okay, everyone sleep for 1 hour every day.
Make sure to go to bed as your mom says so, and then when you wake up, she'll give you cookies and milk.
Your
Okay.
mom. If you want to know how to sleep, ask your mom.
Okay. Frill and Munchie are advocating for all of you to only take 1 hour sleep every day. It's much better for you. You don't need to sleep anyway. Who cares?
I have to say, I sleep around 6 to 7 hours a day.
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yes.
Yeah, I sleep like 5-6 hours.
See,
Optimal's like 8 hours, quote
Yeah,
unquote, but I
yes.
think I'm like waking up tired when I do 8 hours. I don't know why.
I think like you need to find a middle ground. Everyone's a little bit different, but you're definitely between 6 and 9 hours.
Yeah.
You're just on the edge, Frill. You have, like you say, you have 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's bad if you do that regularly.
No, I don't do that regularly. It all depends. Sometimes I go to bed at 12 and wake up at 8, so that's 8 hours.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I go to bed at 3 and wake up at 8.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I still think even like 6 hours. It's better if you could get 1 more hour in.
Yeah.
Just try it.
No. I like staying up at night.
Then fucking wake up later.
No.
Solution? No.
No, I have important shit to do. I have to leave at 8.
Then go to bed earlier.
No.
No.
You're my fucking parent.
Nah. I don't wanna.
No, not yet. Not yet.
This is just a part of the podcast. We just argue with each other.
It's just
Okay,
what we
okay. Can we talk about that video?
Okay.
What do we do?
You
The
give,
video.
give us the
The
rundown.
video.
Give
What
us the
video?
rundown. I'll
Okay,
put,
okay,
I'll
so-
play a sound clip right here.
Get off the game, go to the bathroom, and take a shit. Now.
Hey.
Bathroom and shit now. Go to the bathroom and take a shit.
Yeah, go on.
So this video, right? This guy is playing. Is it GTA 5?
Yes.
Okay.
GTA films.
Yeah, he's playing Submission, and he's here. His mom getting like, go to the bathroom, take a shit. He's like, hey, no, and she's telling him that like he's shitting himself. Like he's literally shitting himself. You can hear it too. Like 15
Poop
seconds
is
in.
leaving his body.
I can smell you. Get off.
Hey,
Go to the bathroom.
get out.
Go to the bathroom.
Ew.
He just won't get up. Just won't. You'll go, no, not yet. Not yet.
Nah, not
Not
yet.
yet.
Not yet.
Go.
My theory is that he
He
took
didn't
a
want
gamble.
to take a shit.
No. So you know when you gamble on a fart, right?
Uh.
This is my theory. He lost and he took it like a champ. He sat there and took it. He knew what happened. He knew what's up.
When you failed on that gamble, though, you're not a champ. You're just postponing the inevitable. You're like,
Postponing the inevitable.
it's true, cause like you stand up, the shit's just there, man. You can't do anything. Okay, I can tell you a poop story, right? I told you all this already, but lo and behold, y'all probably forgot. I was really fucking sick not too long ago, like I think last month. So I'm not sure if I puked, but I shat my pants. It's just there's no reason to pretty it up. I shat my pants. I shat my fucking pants. Poop left my body, entered my underpants. Okay.
Did you say not yet? No.
I did not. Okay, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I was sitting in my chair. I was already feeling really fucking dizzy, having trouble sitting up and shit, right? I sat down, right? I wouldn't say I gambled on a fart, but I had the liquids. Like, it seemed like my inner system gambled on taking the pee route, or the poop route, because it came out poop, but it was liquid. So it sprayed out, I was like, right? Immediately as it entered my underpants, I was like, oh fuck. So I ran out to the bathroom and took a shower and cleaned out my inner bowels.
The worst things, the two worst things that can happen to man is shitting yourself or getting your dick caught in the zipper.
Both happened the same day, I might add.
Oh.
You know, there's actually a similar thing with like girls, but the worst part is, you know, when a chick
You
has
get
her
your
period,
clits,
you have this
clipped in
pad.
your
No.
Back slit stuck
Hold
in the
up.
zipper.
Hold up. Okay, so when a girl has her period, they have these pads, and not everyone uses those
Little
weird
Oh, you're saying the
pads.
pad bleeds through?
Yes.
That can happen, yes.
Is
but
that like
the
a
worst part
tampon,
is,
right?
what?
Oh,
Not
there's pads and
tampon.
tampons.
There's
They're
Oh, right,
pads,
right.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Two
right.
differences. And when a girl has hair down there, it can get stuck, like the glue part of the pad can get stuck to the hair.
Oh no.
So you're trying to pull down your pants to, I don't know, take shit or whatever. It can get stuck and it, rips like.
Oh.
Good thing I'm not a woman.
Yeah. Good
Okay,
thing.
so just
Pads
advice.
are for women.
Okay, fellas. So advice to all the people listening right now. If you're a woman, just stop that shit. It's gonna hurt. if you're already transitioning and you're wondering about that sex change, do it. It's
Yeah,
really
being
fucking
a woman
expensive.
is
It's,
shit.
it's really fucking expensive, and it's gonna take like high in hell to get there. But if you get rid of your clit so you don't have the pubic hair stucking when you put a pad up, it's worth it.
But there's worse stuff. Like the pad thing isn't even that bad compared to
Just
fucking going to sleep.
I imagine just having the period is the worst part.
Yeah.
There's a really good video I love from Ren Stimpy, which is when Powder Toast Man has to help the president get his dick unstuck from the zipper. That is literally an actual part in season 1. What do you need, Mr. President? It's stuck. Like, I actually will post that on Twitter soon. Just like show people. I fucking love that scene.
Okay, so fellas, when you're listening to this, you better go to Frill's Twitter for like 2 months back.
2 months back.
Find
I don't
the-
even think it's gonna be a month. It only takes you like a week.
Yeah, but if I'm really dedicated on editing, it'll probably take a week at tops.
Yeah.
So I'll try my best to get this out.
I could tell you something the opposite of shitting yourself, throwing up.
No, I think the opposite of shitting yourself is sucking poop back in.
Throwing up, shitting at the same time.
Oh, you just open wide as sucker.
That's how I get my refill. Have you ever taken a shit, right? And you feel like no,
Refill.
yes. no, let me tell you, right? Have you ever felt like you take a shit, right, and you kind of lost energy somehow? Have you ever?
It
have you
goes
ever-
back in.
No, I'm like, can you relate at all, right? You take a shit and you're like, it feels like energy left. You don't have as much energy anymore. So you reckon you go out to a toilet, someone forgot to unflush or forgot to flush, right?
No!
Oh, shut the fuck up.
So
Stan!
you sit down, right?
Yes, that's
You're like,
no.
You start the fucking vacuum, right?
Oh.
That reminds me of the poop nest.
He was saving it for later.
So to describe the poop nest to people on this
Okay,
podcast.
there's a picture.
It is a stall. It's a photo of a stall.
There's probably
And
like
somebody-
a school stall. Some fucking freak went into the stall and like made a little nest out of toilet paper,
A
wrapping
cocoon, if you will.
a cocoon, like a little raven's nest, right? Hanging from either
Of
side
toilet paper.
Of toilet paper. Like he made a nest, right? It's hung in the air, suspended by toilet paper, 3 strands going to every corner of the stall, right? In the middle of the beautiful hornet's nest lies a perfect brown turd sitting upright, like it's looking out. Like greeting whoever next unfortunate soul is there to see it.
At that point, open the mouth and vacuum from there.
Puke.
Yeah.
Right.
So something disgusting. The last time I puked, I drank too much like vodka and was like, or whatever. But like a year or two ago, I was out with my friend to go see a movie. Before that, we went to a Nando's. We were waiting in the line.
Wait, was Nando's like a food place?
Nando's is like a spicy peri-peri chicken shop
Okay.
that you can sit down in. It's very popular in the UK. Basically, walk in, we're waiting in the queue, and a family walks in. So they're behind us, we're all chilling. And
That's when you
that
puke on
kid-
the child.
Yeah, the kid behind him, all of a sudden, you just hear a weird noise, you turn around, and he's like spraying. Like, not just like a little bit, like actual like spraying on the floor.
Exorcist style.
Yeah, it lasts a good 10 seconds, stops, starts again.
It's like,
And everyone's like, everyone's just looking at him. And he just goes, Mom, I don't feel well. and then his mom just grabs him by the arm, pulls him out of the shop and goes, why are you puking everywhere? Stop it.
This is like scary shit.
what do you want him to do?
Stop puking. So
Swallow it
there's
down
this
again.
massive pile of puke on the floor. I'm just like, I don't think I want Nando's anymore.
Good Lord, Jeff.
I feel bad for the person that had to clean that.
Now, if the same logic applies, right? You could have went down on your knees, right? Could have opened your mouth.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not okay. Okay, the audience already got the imagery. We don't need to go there.
Do it from the ass instead.
Yeah, I hear Luigi's Mansion 3 is really sweet. There's like a section where he sucks up all the goop. Anyway,
Okay, so what else should we discuss?
you said we should talk about cartoons at one point.
Yes. So, what you know what is your guys' favorite cartoons of like recent time or like
Recent
classic
time?
in general?
Uh,
in general.
I remember I really loved Gravity Falls when that was going down. Because the whole point of the show kind of was to leave a mystery going. Like, it's the perfect show for like something like Film Theory, but they never actually did anything on it, which is kind of ironic. but the whole premise was basically like a mystery was going on. Ooh, who's this? What does all these symbols mean?
A lot of YouTubers had their start with Gravity Falls, actually.
Yeah, I was following specific YouTubers like going into theories and shit. Like, he's worth nothing now because Gravity Falls is over, but I followed one guy at least. Called like Velkes Bomb 95 or some shit. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, but he's like hated in that.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. I watched his videos.
Well, the thing is, it was good at the start, but when Gravity Falls ended, he jumped on other cartoons.
Well, yeah, just like yeah.
But the thing was that his theories became lackluster and nonsensical. Time, and people just started to hate him because of that, because there was just no relevancy anymore.
What other shows do you guys like?
Recently, I've started watching She-Ra with Swirly.
Right, that's the show with the hot cat girl.
Yeah, that everyone seems to ship with the main character, even though she's like irredeemable at this point.
Let's clarify the new She-Ra.
The new She-Ra, the old one. I haven't.
Oh, the old one?
There's an old one. No, not the new one. I'm saying the old one.
Yeah, She-Ra was an old 80s cartoon, right? And there's a new rendition of it.
Yeah.
It's the one that got a lot of flack because the main character doesn't have big tits, I think.
So, with the old She-Ra, right? Or like those old shows in general, they're clearly toy advertisements. They suck ass. They are not good whatsoever, but they have a soft spot in my heart. Transformers? Fucking love Transformers. Is it good? No, not really. Not really.
There's honest reviews around. Is it good? Nah.
I heard good things from Gargoyle, but I never watched it.
Gargoyle isn't a advertisement though for toys. We're talking about like early 80s cartoons are made to advertise toys.
Yeah.
Toys came first, show came later. That's what most of them were. He-Man, She-Ra, Transformers, all those shows made to sell toys.
Even the My Little Pony show.
Yeah, same thing. He-Man, I love He-Man, like I said, it's not good. I just fucking love Skeletor. I fucking love Skeletor. He's one of my favorite characters. What's
kind of cute in the original show.
Hey, we'll destroy you, He-Man. Yeah.
With She-Ra, when I looked at it first, when it got announced, I was like, what is this? I don't like this. This is disgusting. And then I saw some YouTubers saying...
That was a very strong reaction from This is disgusting.
Started like throwing up immediately.
This is disgusting.
I look at it, I just think poop nest. But
giving you Vietnam flashbacks.
Again, I shouldn't base my opinions on what some random YouTuber says, because he was like, they've redesigned a character to become the Princess of Wind. She controls farts or something. But
that's not what he said.
Yeah, it was like they've changed her. She's like controlling wind, which is like farting.
I mean, like the original didn't look good either. The original art style was bad too.
Yeah.
So, I looked when watching the show. I like the art style. When it compared to the old one, I'm like, what the fuck is even the old one?
I have a soft spot for limited animation, kind of. Like, I have a soft spot for those 80s cartoons just because there's a stank to them. I don't know if it's just because I grew up with it, probably because of that. But I love, like, if someone's watching G.I. Joe, like original 80s G.I. Joe, or like even She-Ra, I'll watch it. Sure. My problem with the new She-Ra, from what I've seen, I haven't actually sat down and watched it. I'm talking about, I've seen some animation clips, I've seen this and that. It looks fine. It looks like it's your typical everyday show. And I think that's my problem, is that it looks too generic nowadays, what's on TV. Mm-hmm. And it seems all the characters in the foregrounds are very flat. There's no like shadowing to really make the characters stick out. I think that's a major problem I've had, at least from seeing what I've seen.
Yeah, I think that's just like problem of a lot of shows kind of looking the same. Everything has rounded edges nowadays.
Yeah, I hate those people that say, "Oh, who drew CalArts?" Not CalArts. If people actually say that, they're retarded. It's more of what's popular. In the 80s, they did it too. 80s was popular for limited animation, cheap budget animation.
The thing is, like every all made animation nowadays is puppet animation, because that's the most efficient thing to do. All shipped off to Canada.
Oh, then when you're just on this topic, let's talk about the Okoroid series. How limited and
limited is a loose.
What is it?
Limited is a loose. Are you talking about that new cartoon?
Yeah.
The one that's like
I
a puppet
like it. Epithet Arrest.
All right. See, I haven't followed any of the plot whatsoever. I just saw a clip of the animation, right? And it looks like if the opening of Battle Block Feeder was a whole show, and that seems good on paper. But the problem is that like they don't embrace it. It isn't like cardboard cutouts. That would be really funny, I think. Yeah. It's just like flash puppets that they're bumping up and down.
I'm gonna say this right now. From like I'm gonna rebuttal what Rebecca was saying earlier. Living in animation on that show is a very loose term because from what I've seen there is no animation.
But there is animation, it counts, right?
They're wiggling a still frame from what I've seen and then moving to another still frame. To me personally, that's not it. It is animation to some people. To me personally, it's not.
Well, yeah. Well, just going by the definition, it's animation, right? But it's very lazy.
And that's all I've seen. And your show has to not even look good. To me, it just has to be funny. If it's funny or entertaining, I'll watch it. Doesn't really matter what it looks like.
So does it do that? Like I haven't given it a chance. Is it funny?
It is funny, I think. The only thing I just get flashbacks to the one Studio Trigger show, the comedy-based one that is similarly
Inferno
animated. Cop. Yeah.
Here's the thing though, Inferno Cop embraces that shitty style because it was made on animation. It was made on animators. I think days off, like actually when they weren't working.
Yeah. See, that's the main problem, right? Because they have these cardboard cutouts, but they're like very well drawn. Some really sweet like still shots they have of these characters, but it just doesn't match with the lazy animation.
It's a good show that has lazy animation and it embraces it completely.
South Park?
Which one?
12-ounce mouse. I fucking love 12-ounce mouse.
Okay.
I have actually never seen it because it seems like a big turnoff.
It's all improv. It's literally like, so I'd say it's on the realms of stoner humor like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. If you like Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you'd like 12-ounce mouse.
Yeah, so if you like that, check out 12-inch Minch. It's really sweet.
12-inch Minch.
12-inch Minch.
Another show I like that Aqua Teen Hunger Force I guess counts as limited animation. So Space Ghost Coast to Coast, Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and C Lab, all those shows are limited animation.
I was always thinking, right, because I'm always struggling, like, oh man, animating is a real pain, but I want to tell stuff. Maybe I should just do that for like YouTube at one point.
Yeah, copy. Really go into stuff Hanna-Barbera techniques, right? Because if you really want to make something stanky like that and kind of mock that ideals, you could do that. Because Space Ghost is really good. Space Ghost Coast to Coast really used the techniques from Hanna-Barbera very well because it was made on like no budget whatsoever.
Yeah.
It was Cartoon Network's one of their very first shows, and they had no budget. All they got money from was re-airing Warner Brothers early like Looney Tunes stuff.
I think that's mildly interesting to talk about. Maybe Rebecca could add in on this as well, right? Because there's clearly easy shortcomings you can take to make a fast, efficient animation, right? I think I would know all the tricks to do that. It's just like I have no drive to make something like Space Ghost Coast to Coast or whatever. Like if I ever want to make a cartoon, I'd like it to look really pretty, have good animation, because that's what I like.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to figure out all of these limited animation tricks and steps for my own pilot I'm working on, because I feel like something like Has Been Hotel, or a good example as well is Harry Partridge animations. They're really complicated, and sometimes I feel like it doesn't even do the animation any good to have it on like ones or sometimes even twos.
I think Harry Partridge has a good grasp on how to animate.
Oh, Harry Partridge is a masterful animator. The only criticism you can give him
animates himself to death at some point.
And but because I know you put Harry Partridge Has Been Hotel in like the same example. Has Been Hotel, from what I've seen, it's like it's trying to be 60 frames per second animation, and you can't do that to cartoons.
Oh yeah, like Harry Partridge animation is clearly superior, right? But Has Been Hotel is also made by a bunch of different people, so it's kind of like a mixed bag. Anyway, before I say anything, Has Been Hotel is really sweet, amazing. Even if you don't like it, at least applaud like collaboration.
I applaud the effort.
Yeah.
I applaud the effort that went into it.
Yeah.
There clearly is a drive.
There clearly is passion behind it.
There's passion behind it. It's just not for me.
That's fair.
That is all I have to say about it.
That's fine. Anyway, talking about Harry Partridge animation, right? He's a phenomenal fucking animator, one of the best out there. The only criticism I could give to him, and I'm not like I'm not perfect at all with animation. I'd say I'm still in the like early learning curve, right? But
Yeah.
he barely uses motion smears.
Yeah, he doesn't use animation smears.
Yeah, he doesn't
That's
do that
actually
at
a
all.
really scary
He has
concept.
a very no. He takes a very Richard Williams approach because Richard Williams did not use
Yes.
smears as much.
Yeah. He's like he's a perfectionist. That's what he wants to do, right? You can't fault him for it. The only thing you can fault him for is like the delivery time, right? Even Richard Williams says you can be a phenomenal animator if you can't deliver something out in a month. If at least if you're a professional animator, you're not worth it. That sounded like harsh, but that in the
Richard
industry
Williams,
at
here's
least.
the thing. Even though Richard Williams' animation took a long time, he was working on it on his own time.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even pitching it until he was X amount complete.
I have his book, right? Because he talks about like all. It's called the Animator's Survival Kit.
Yeah. It's hard to get by. Like the PDF is online, but like to get the book itself is sometimes.
Yeah,
oh no, it's available everywhere from what I see.
It is?
It's just a bit pricey. That's it. Anyway,
so
he mentioned that like it really if you want to work in the industry at least, right? You gotta deliver. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You see his own project. He was like, what was it called? Thief and the Cobbler, right?
It's called Thief and the Cobbler. Yes.
Yeah. He didn't take his own advice with that because that was his masterpiece, right?
So. I think he did take his advice in which that he worked on it on the sidelines. All the budget was from commercials he was working on that were in time, all that. It was later a company was interested, which was Miramax. They gave him 10 years to work on the film because they knew it was taking a long time. He said that it's on my own budget, right? They came over to him, if I remember, and said that we'll let you 10 years to work on it. This is the 80s at the time. We'll give you X amount of money in the budget. Do what you do. So he was doing that, and the problem was it was 93% complete. He only needed I think a month left to work on it, but they took it away from him because the deadline was the deadline.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure it was only like a month he needed.
He said it was something like a month or a few to finish it.
I think
what
like
happened was
maybe half a year at least to be sure. But...
the company took Thief and the Cobbler, and because Aladdin was popular at the time, they made it an Aladdin ripoff.
Yeah.
And Aladdin, the Disney film, was inspired by the development of the Thief and the Cobbler, from what I remember.
Like executives came in and they looked at the blue guy from Thief and the Cobbler. They're like, the genie is kind of a ripoff of the blue guy from Thief and the Cobbler.
Yes, the Vincent Price's character, the main villain. I love Vincent Price's performance in that thing, and actually he passed away before that film even was released.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah, but he's that's one of my favorite performances from him because he actually speaks all in rhyme.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's super interesting. I remember one of the lines is this foil cobbler of no worth attacked me at the square today, and shall we take his head away? I like that. They actually added. So here's
the only person Eminem doesn't dare to challenge.
There are 3 versions of Thief and the Cobbler done by Miramax. There's the Thief and the Cobbler, the Princess and the Cobbler, and Arabian Night, and they're all slightly different. If I remember, the Miramax cut of Thief and the Cobbler has Matthew Broderick in it and some other dude playing the cobbler and the thief, even though they're supposed to be silent. And then you have the Princess and the Cobbler, which is the same as the Miramax but without the voices, if I remember, of those two. It is silent. And then you have Arabian Night, which I don't remember the changes.
Isn't there also like something called
Yeah, so the recobble cut, I was getting to that. So the recobble cut is fans of Richard Williams who have found the old animation cells. I don't remember if it was in the DVD or something, but they decided to recreate it and reanimate it all themselves and actually taken from Richard. And I believe Richard knew about it while it was being developed, and I think he gave advice, if I remember. It's still being worked on today. I don't know if they have all the footage. I've seen the recobble cut. It's really good. And it's a damn shame that we might never see a fully finished version of the film.
Also, talking about Richard Williams, right? He was working on a movie before he passed away.
Yes, he was, yeah.
What was the movie called?
I think it was called Am I Going to Live Long Enough to Finish This? I think it was called.
He didn't. Moving on.
Epic.
So, I'll say one thing, though. I hope when the recobble gets finished, a company does pick it up and air it in theaters. I would love to see that in a fan theater or something like that.
Oh yeah, at least like I don't know, like what do you call it? It's so far that maybe it could even be like some form of public domain shit.
Yeah, Miramax still owns the license to Thief and the Cobbler.
Yeah, so even if they could like re-release it after the fact right away, that'd be sweet.
Well, it's almost like Star Wars, if you will. Like the original Star Wars is almost hard to get and it's lost.
Lost media.
It's not lost media because you can find an old VHS tape of it.
Oh, okay.
But an actual good remaster of the original Star Wars without being tampered is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a funny story. I'll tell this right now, and then we'll move on. So George Lucas was told by, I think it was the film committee, that they wanted to put Star Wars in like the film archives, right, where they actually like for like the greatest films of all time for future generations, right? The hold it, right?
Yeah.
And they requested George to give him an original reel of Star Wars, like they asked him for it, right? He gave them special edition, which is his tampered version, and they asked for, can we have the original? He said no. So they now denied Star Wars. So Star Wars is not officially held for future generations to see the original trilogy because George Lucas was being arrogant to not give the original
That
release.
sucks.
Yeah.
So when you have your grandchildren's and they want to watch Star Wars, well, sucks to be you.
I fucking love Star Wars!
Man, Jar Jar Binks is so funny.
I thought Jar Jar Binks was funny when I was a kid.
I really hate how much Star Wars is being milked nowadays. It's
Oh yeah, I'd much rather watch that like the hammed trilogy over and over again than just see it getting milked dry.
yeah, because I here's the thing though. I like Star Wars as a condensed trilogy of 4, 5, and 6, where it's just it's like a Western film because it's a Western film in space. That's how I see Star Wars.
Yeah.
The prequels, I like 3. I like 3. And 2, I love the settings in 2. I like not 2, 1. I'm sorry. I like the settings in 1. I like a lot of the effort that was put into 1. I just don't really like it that much.
Pod racing's cool.
No, this is pod racing.
That's actually a really cool concept, like pod racing in general. I've said this before, right? They need to make a VR pod racing game.
I mean, like there is a pod racing game on the.
No, a VR one.
Why don't you make it then?
Oh yeah, good point.
I went to an arcade once and they actually had the Sega pod racing arcade machine. It was a blast. I played it with my friends. There's 2 machines hooked up for 2 player. It was it was the best thing ever, honestly. It was.
Wait, are those like the ones you sit in and they move?
Yeah, it's like an actual car.
Oh wow.
I found one of those in an airport once, and I just got in. I didn't have any money. I was just flicking like the switches back and forth, and all of a sudden, it gave me a free go to play it. And I started playing it. I was like, "It's just so cool!" Oh,
now this is pod racing.
I have a trick. I can tell people, right? And you can keep this podcast. There's a little trick you can do on Dragon's Lair, right? And I don't know if much people know this or if it even works because this is a rumor I've heard, right?
Okay.
Is apparently one of the bolts on Dragon's Lair, if you flick a lighter onto it, it'll register as a credit. It's a rumor I've heard for a very long time.
Okay, now you didn't hear this. You didn't hear this from the usual gang, all right? But if you ever get to an arcade, try it out.
You didn't hear it from us. We don't sponsor you getting free credits and stealing the money.
This is Gamer Hacks Hour, all right?
Gamer Hacks Hour.
I can't believe that could be true. Nah.
Yeah, I've heard the story of people who actually used to play that game a lot. They said that.
How can you play Dragon's Lair a lot?
The fuck, it's Dragon's Lair. Dragon's awesome. I love Dragon's Lair.
Would you play it on repeat?
Oh, yeah.
To get the ending, yeah, it's hard as shit.
Yeah, okay. How many times you gotta replay it till you get it?
Have you not played Dragon's Lair?
Of course I haven't.
It's a very, very hard game.
Okay. It's the first QuickTime event game.
One of
Like,
them, yeah.
the thing though is with Dragon's Lair, again, it's a German thing, but they don't have public arcade machines since the day I was born, basically.
Arcade halls is like really rare. It's a collector's item at this point.
So we never really had that type of thing happening, so we never grew up with that.
If I had an
sort of
arcade
media.
machine near me when I was small, you'd best believe that was the first thing I'd go to, but we didn't.
Yeah.
So we had an arcade where I lived, right? And it was a big arcade with like a bunch of games, and it had Tekken 3. That's how I played Tekken back in the day. It wasn't at home, even though like we did have it at one point in our house on PS1. I used to go to the arcade to play all the time with my buds every day.
Why didn't you just get your buds at home?
I went to that place recently, right? Now the whole arcade is nothing but VR machines, nothing but VR, and I was so disappointed. I'm like, what the hell?
Was it good VR
They
games
don't
though?
have a.
I don't care. I don't like VR games. They give me a headache.
They don't have like a
Fucking boomer.
retro.
This is like the old stuff.
Thing.
They used to have Pac-Man. They used to have like Galaga, Tekken, Street Fighter, and now it was all just VR machines. And I was really disappointed.
Well, they're following the times. It's only you who want the old ones.
I think if I ever like get a house or like have enough money, I really want to make my own custom like arcade place with that like carpet and all.
You wanna
like, cosmic
you wanna
carpet.
actually open it up for business, like get people in?
No, not really. Just for myself and like friends. sounds kind of spoiled. I don't know. To my friends.
No one else
or
can see.
If I
It's
don't
the
want
fucking gamer cave, fucking damp and.
if I don't have
It's like
the
when
money that
it's
like,
like when you see the old people that get married and right, they're not allowed to go out to the bars anymore, so they make their own bar.
you make the own bar, yeah.
When you see a guy who has his own bar, that's when you know the marriage is like okay, it's dead set.
So it's either that or if I don't have enough money for arcades, because arcades are expensive, I always want to build my own.
No.
Like
That'd
actually
be
for like
cool.
and install MAME on it and all that, so you
Ju-
just have all the games.
Just
there.
get a PC, install Fightcade, and put it in a cardboard box. There you go.
Well, not Fightcade. You'd use MAME.
I don't know what maybe
Yeah.
is.
MAME is like the most common arcade emulator. It's the most
Oh, okay.
compatible.
People that go for like records are not allowed to use that. They have to be on licensed machines, stuff like that. That's how I know it.
Yeah. So here's the thing. There are records for MAME, but they're a separate thing, right?
Oh, okay.
And there's a way you can tell if a game's being emulated or not emulated. There's a way the code actually runs it and spawns the sprites. And Billy Mitchell got caught.
Yeah.
Because he got a world record in Donkey Kong, and we're not saying he cheated the score. What we're saying is that he's saying
You
he's
don't
playing
want
on
to taint his Mitchell's name on the podcast?
No. So
Think he's gonna sue us?
there's no proof that he faked the score. What there is proof of is that he claimed that he was playing on a real machine, when in reality he actually was playing on MAME. Because if you slow down the footage he played, you see how the sprite spawn is the same way MAME spawns them and not the arcade machine.
Yeah.
So it's
That's like
clearly,
a whole exposure video
No,
about that.
we're not saying Billy Mitchell is a fraud hack, but we're definitely implying it strongly.
I know you're talking about Apollo Legend, right? Is his name?
I don't know.
That could be
He's a speedrunner himself. He made a good video about what's that one guy's name who's a speedrunner? He drag racer. He had the best record in drag racer or something, and it was a literal number that was unachievable in the fucking code.
Oh yeah.
Like he kept saying these numbers, not showing proof, but he was still getting on the scoreboard because he was
No.
saying this in the 70s.
No,
He also had like the people that watched him or like the proof people were in on the thing somehow.
And all his screenshots had like coffee stains on the score and all this. It's like it's clearly fucking with the scores and like just lying clearly.
No.
Well, I guess because it was the 70s and 80s, so people were more gullible about that because video game speedrunning and everything was new.
Now that's all well and dandy, right? But have you ever completed Mario 64 with only 6.5 button presses?
What?
An A press is an A press. You can't just say it's half.
So there's this fucking guy, right? A speedrunner. I don't know this. Was it 2.5? Was that what he said?
No, it was how to beat falling rocks in Mario 64 with 2.5 A presses.
Right. So in the whole video, he goes on a fucking rant where he talks about parallel universes or some shit. Okay, he pressed the button down. That's one press. He pressed the button up. That's half a press, I think. Okay, so
no, halfway down. So instead of like pushing it all the way, he's pushing it halfway. So it's like half.
No. It's like he pressed the button down. That's half a press. He releases the button. That's another half press. That was his logic. So he pressed the button once, pressed the button another time, and then he presses down without letting it go. So he says he completed it with 2.5 presses.
And then you have a comment by TJ Henry Yoshi, and he proclaims an A press is an A press. You can't just say it's half. And then this dude, the guy who made the video, responded in a 30-minute video
talking about parallel universes.
No. How what a half A press is.
I know what you're thinking. An A press is an A press. You can't say it's only a half. Well, TJ Henry Yoshi, hear me out.
He's just so like salty, I guess, or mad about
the thing I just remember, right? He literally went on a tangent about parallel universes to try to explain this half press phenomenon he invented.
But to answer that, we need to talk about parallel universes.
You know what? I'm on TJ Yoshi gang.
Henry Yoshi's gang.
I'm on TJ Yoshi gang because an A press is an A press.
I agree.
I'm all for that. It is a press. You can't just like, no, a press is a press. You can't make a half press.
It's like I could say this. I fuck someone, but technically I don't half fuck because I put it in halfway.
No.
You put the dick in halfway.
No, the logic would be if you fuck someone, right? But you never let go, then it's only half a fuck.
you just put it in once. You go, okay, that's half.
You go in the courtroom, right, with a woman attached to your crotch, right, and you're like, I'm sorry to say, but it's only half a rape.
It's only half a rape.
It's only half a rape.
Oh, it's so bad.
We need to wait till he pulls out, then you can press charges. Until then, it's
So like a judge just comes up close with like.
No, wait. What if he's half in? Right? Do they only have to do half the charges?
Yeah, that's a quarter.
Half in?
No, if he's half in, it's quarter rape.
It's quarter.
Then if he frosts all the way in, then it's half. If he frosts the quarter way out, then it's 3/4 rape. If he's all the way out, it's full rape.
But what is it? What is then a blowjob? Wouldn't that be half a rape?
That, okay, it depends on the consent, right? If
Well, there is no consent. It's rape.
Okay, if he thrusts the woman's head onto his dick, right, and never lets go, that's half a rape.
Isn't that a?
That's half a rape. This is no, Rebecca. You need to see. Let me talk about parallel universes for half an hour.
Hello, YouTube. Let's talk about how what is half a rape press? Half a rape.
Let's talk about half a rape here.
It's like, hello, YouTube. Let's talk about what half a rape is. Now, Stan Co, if that's your real name, let's talk about parallel universes on what half a rape is. So, many universes define what half a rape is. Okay, now, if they are one in halfway and you don't go out, that's half. If it goes out, like a thrust in and out, that is a full rape. Okay, now in parallel universes, this can change. Therefore, you could beat Mario falling rocks with 2.5 rapes.
Wait, how many times did he rape someone when?
How to defeat Mario falling rocks with 2.5 pocket pussies.
I saw a funny video on, right? I typed something stupid into YouTube search, right? And I found a tutorial video that's how to make a glory hole. And this guy, he's just taping like duct tape to a wall. And then he takes out a drill and he's like, okay, and then we're drilling in, and that's how you make a glory hole.
Have you seen the video? My boy John sticks it in and fucking dies. I love that video. Where it's like this dude just sticks his dick in a fan. He goes, ah! And then he like goes in again. He goes, ah!
See, the joy of that video is he does it twice, right? He did it once, it hurt, right? Then he goes in for a fucking another one. Screams in agony, right? And then he's like, I haven't had my full set.
He wanted to make sure. No, it was a speed run for falling rocks, right?
It's only
So
half a
he did
dick
the one.
pain.
He's going into the half.
Hey, I have to cut my dick off in 2.5 fan spins.
It makes me think of that one quote from Liu Larry, which I fucking love. And Liu Larry Reloaded, if you try to stick the dick icon onto the fan, the announcer goes, "You don't need to do that, Larry. You're already circumcised."
Boom, 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 boom,
funny.
boom, 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 boom. Anyway, how to beat Mario 64 with only half the rape charges.
Imagine currency was in A presses. It's like you just see a crackhead. Spare one A press. Spare one A press. No, I only got half. Fuck you.
That's an A press is an A press, buddy.
The A press is an A press, you piece of shit.
I cannot press A.
Can we talk about Mike Matei for a bit?
Okay, you need to remind me again. Who's Mike Matei?
Mike Matei is the editor, co-writer, and friend of James Rolfe, the Angry Video Game Nerd Cinemassacre.
Right, and he had his own
he is
shtick.
he has his own shtick, and I love how strange this man is, how eccentric he is. He made a great video, and you've probably seen it as much as I am, and it's called Minecraft with Gadget. Minecraft with a better gadget, and it is one of my favorite videos of all time ever made on Cinemassacre. Where
I like playing Minecraft.
Oh, this is it, Minecraft. And if you don't know, Mike Matei took down the video and was a copyright striking anyone who re-uploaded it, by the way. He said that he changed his mind. He said this on live stream. He changed his mind once he saw Minecraft with Gadget, but without Gadget in it, where it's just Mike Matei talking to himself, which is a fucking amazing video. Because like he dies at the end, like Inspector Gadget shoots him, and he goes, "Oh look, a free iPad," but without Inspector Gadget there, you just see like Mike just flail and like pretend he's dead. It's really funny.
See, that should go. We need to like make up an archive of like videos and images that need to be preserved. First off is the
Like,
Coopnest image. Second
No,
off is
we
the
ain't
Mike
saving
Matei.
that
No,
one.
so you know, like time capsules,
Yeah.
right? We need a time capsule of like us physically downloading and like putting on a DVD every single important video on the internet, as well as like actual photographs printed out and like laminated of every single important image on the internet, and then archive it in like a box
Yes.
for millions of years later to open up.
I'd be kinda on the fence. I think I'd kinda be down to like register the domain for like important content or something similar to that. like pictures for preserving. I don't know. I can't come up with the domain name, right? But basically, the whole point of it is we archive stuff that needs to be preserved. Hoop Nest. My nigga John sticks his dick in a fan.
Yeah, Hoop Nest sticks his dick in a fan. Mike Matei, Minecraft with Gadget. What else is there?
The guy who is making food and he says, "Oh, so good."
The guy who Bayonetta poster.
No, I was thinking.
Oh,
fuck me.
Cooking show on the planet.
No, the guy who's like doing the cooking show and he's like,
Didn't he kill himself?
What?
What?
I heard that he killed himself.
I haven't heard that.
Why?
Because people were laughing at him behind the camera or something.
Oh no. Did he kill himself on camera?
I don't know if it's
It's
confirmed.
fucking
but I heard
brutal
people
if that
talking
is
about
in the middle of it's the middle of a cooking show, right? And the guy behind the camera starts laughing. He's like, he starts killing himself immediately.
The most important video I feel of all time is by Pissed Off Video Gamer, and it's called the Nintendo Shit Cube. I fucking love.
So good.
No, there's 3 videos from him that need to be archived. That's Nintendo Shit Cube, and it's 2 reviews on Bayonetta posters.
Yep.
And the Bayonetta posters are extremely funny because you can hear him go like the whole video. Like I genuinely think he's masturbating while like filming this.
He's like touching himself at least.
He's a man of
Two
honesty,
sizes.
because the reason why he loves this poster is because of, and I quote, Bayonetta's ass. And by the way, if you go on Amazon today and look up the scroll he bought, you actually see the 2 posters bought and frequently bought together.
I think important to note, right? The first one where he's talking about the Nintendo Shit Cube, as he likes to call it, right? He looks at the little disc, right, and he's like, "It's the shape of a fucking chocolate chip cookie." Now, what kind of person do you need to be to see something small and the first thing that pops in your head is
It's
a
like-
chocolate chip cookie?
No, it's like Andrew Dobson, a web comic artist who very much is I guess a lolcow, if you will, because he's very much he thinks the Wii is like the best console. he is very much in this weird bubble of
Yeah, can we just say, so he makes a bunch of
man-child.
Controller Delete. They're making funny haha video game comics, right?
Yeah.
This fucking freak of nature decides to make so many comics about how the Wii is a superior console.
Yeah, and it's clearly like he clearly ripped off Calvin and Hobbes and Garfield.
Yeah, and his art style. Like, okay, fine, Wii's a sweet console. What kind of freak makes comics about it being superior to every other console?
We know game. All of the day, bro.
I would like to recorrect myself. He didn't kill himself due to the show, but he did pass away in 2008.
He just passed away?
Due to the guy done the so tasty. It says he died from natural causes, but first of all, it was presumably died because of salmonella.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh.
Well, he died doing what he loved, eating chicken.
I mean, it says here he's Jewish, so
what does that imply?
I don't know, he's on a Jewish archive site.
Oh, okay. But what's that important though?
I think with chicken you have to eat it like
Oh, really?
in a certain way, right? Yeah, like I think it's kosher.
Yeah, kosher.
What's that mean?
Kosher chicken.
What's that mean?
It's kind of like, you know how there's like halal meat?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Wait, isn't halal mean basically that it's brutally murdered alive?
It's blessed by a priest.
That's so fucking stupid. If you're
Can you
religious,
breast my
you're
brain?
fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Sans putting all the Bibles in the fiction section. They
Listen,
kicked out of the
I'm
library.
tipping my fedora when I heard that.
He's gonna play Shadow the Hedgehog AMVs well, like 98 kilobits per second on his phone.
I'm just telling
He
me,
does it.
if my Subway sandwich isn't blessed by a Buddhist priest, I'm not eating it.
I am all I am.
Can you bless the sandwich?
Let me go back. Let me go back to Andrew Dobson.
Can you bless my fry, please?
Bless my lady. So
One
Andrew Dobson-
halal burger, please.
Andrew Dobson's very he puts his fedora on, right?
Yeah,
He's
he actually
very,
has a
"My
fedora.
lady." Yeah, he literally has a fedora.
Even in his
And
comics.
he made a comic once about his Mac because people were criticizing his Mac. And he said, "Some people are questioning why I bought a Mac." And he talks about how he says, "Think of a PC like fast food where it's dirt and cheap and it's not good for you." And then he says Macs are like fruit and veggies and they'll last you a long time. Which, by the way, PCs
Wait, what?
aren't fucking cheap if you fucking build a PC or have a brain.
Yeah.
But like,
Fruit
and someone
doesn't
brought up.
last long. I don't understand. Fruit doesn't last long.
I know, but basically.
He means you eat it.
Yeah, the analogy, like someone brought up is, imagine being so fat, you compare computers to food, right? Like, how could you compare that? How could you even like think of food instantly when you think of a computer? So that's where the whole like thing with Nintendo Shitcube, when he looks at a disc does not look like a fucking cookie.
He looks at the
Not at
side.
all, like-
He looks at the like, okay, round, check. Sort of small, check. What does that remind me of?
It looks like a chocolate chip cookie. I swear to God, you can hear him. You can hear him at the end of the show. Every time he has to like.
Kind of forgets
talk.
to breathe.
No, it's like, this is my Nintendo Shitcube.
Oh, so I wanna put it clear that the usual gang does not harass any people that are fat, but
No, do not.
all
do
we're
not
saying
harass
is if you
people.
can't see your own penis, you probably have a problem. So check it out, buddy.
Yeah.
But the Bayonetta poster, I feel, is his best one because he is he's talking about these Bayonetta posters. He's like, and just all the reason why he bought them is because he's horny as shit. And he goes, Bayonetta can suck my dick anytime she wants. I give her permission.
No, didn't he say he can suck my Jewish cock or something?
No, he said in the second video
Alright.
that he goes, I am so fucking horny for her.
You know, it's like you know, like in some TV shows, like when it's the important episode, like the end of the season, right? It's always a two-parter because it's so long. This
it's
fucking
a cliffhanger.
yeah, like the Bayonetta poster.
The
is
Mad Lad gave us a cliffhanger.
Yeah, the Bayonetta poster is a two-parter.
It's a two-parter.
Because
you know what?
it's so
It's a real
important.
hard hitter.
It's true.
It's real hard. Well, what's better, episode 1 or episode 2? What's better? We got a debate here.
I remember the first 15 seconds of part 1 of Bayonetta poster much more fondly. So
Yeah,
I'm a
I
number
think
one
the
guy.
first. I think the first opener of part 1 is amazing
Yeah.
because like how do you usually open a video? Hey, welcome to my video. You know, oh, this is great. How does he open? Oh, fuck me! Right, that's an opener.
We can't.
That's an
best,
opener
we
for the
can't
masses.
best that fucking opening. We can't do it.
That's how. So you know how Disney's having trouble getting people in the theater? That's what they gotta do. You don't open it with the Star Wars logo, right? You open it, it's pitch black. It's all dark, right? And all you hear really loud in the speakers, oh, fuck me!
And it's
then
always the
Star Wars
same
theme.
clip. It's always the same clip.
And then
It should
part
be
2,
like the
though.
Wilhelm scream though. Like it's all.
No.
So
All fuck
weird.
me is as a more hard hitting.
Dude, I wish that was a soundbite that got used to hell in
And-
Hollywood
cry.
movies.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah, like yeah.
So-
Fucking me should be the new Wilhelm scream, is what you meant.
So
Yeah.
part 2 though.
Yeah.
Part 2, however, right,
Oh,
has more of a complex feeling to it because you hear him really go so you're left in the back of your mind. If you don't see him, you're like, what is he doing? Like it's a very Lynchian horror esque feeling.
I would say
That
like
you're uneasy, you're unnerved about what's going on.
I would just say like well the first one plays with like very basic visual audio cues, right? The second one is psychological.
Second one's a very psychological driven idea. He has a better boast about how much he loves Bayonetta in the second one. The first one, you know, he likes Bayonetta. He likes her ass. Cool. Second one, however, though, he says he's so horny for her, and he said what was it? Bayonetta can suck my dick anytime she wants. I gave her permission. And talking about how much like she's gonna fucking like plow him or something. I don't know. But it's a more horror aspect because he really gives you the picture, the image of imagine this giant man just on Bayonetta. I'm pretty sure she'd sink into him, but it's a very horror driven.
I how much do you think anyone has made like porn of those two together?
I don't know.
I'm
feel
taking
like
dips
anyone
on
watching
that, Rebecca.
No,
me and you, we
anybody
need to-
watching this,
Yeah.
everybody watching this, including Stan, please draw the pissed off video gamer fucking Bayonetta. Put down Rule 34.
Please
If there's
do
no
it.
Rule 34 of that yet,
We need
please
this.
do.
We need this. Right?
Please do.
Rebecca, you and I and everyone watching this, we need to get our draw pads over.
Yeah.
We need to make the most foul MS Paint shit ever of the angry video gamer and Bayonetta together.
It's a scary thought though,
Yeah.
but I have to say I have seen scarier things on the YouTuber tag on Rule 34.
Oh god.
There's another thing, by the way, I want to mention about this guy. This is the last thing I'm going to mention.
Hmm?
Is he did a review of the PS3 once, and he compared the PS3's design to a bucket of chicken. Which, I don't know how you get that.
What?
He called the PS3 a bucket of chicken.
Ow.
I don't know. Like, how do you compare that?
Honestly.
You see the slot on the side? You could put at least 5 drumsticks in there.
Can I be honest for a second, right? We're making fun of him comparing a disc to a chocolate chip cookie. It was mainly just joking on my side, like, does he actually compare everything to food? It's just a joke, haha, right? He compares a PlayStation 4 to a bucket of chicken.
PS3.
PS3 to a bucket of fucking chicken. Then there's merit to it.
I like how he also breaks a Wave controller, which, by the way, those are really good controllers.
A Wave?
Because they're not, they're the GameCube Wave controllers, are the wireless ones.
Okay.
The reason why they're different is that they actually run on a radio frequency, not Bluetooth or anything. That didn't exist at the time. So it's not even infrared. It's actual like a radio wavelength, and it's really responsive. It's honestly one of the best wireless controllers, and I feel other controllers later on should use that. Anyways, I'm getting off topic. He breaks it, right? This thing he paid for. He takes a hammer, and his fucking smashes it for like 2 minutes straight, and you see his like giant sausage fingers trying to like re-able it, and then fucking hammer it again, and then he does this like really shitty like post effect, like putting it in the microwave of the GameCube, right? And you know, say what you will about Irate Gamer, at least his special effects were like on par with AVGN at the time, right?
Yeah.
Because then you got people like Pissed Off Video Gamer and the Game Dude, right? Who just are atrocious.
I actually haven't seen too much of Game Dude.
I watched his videos back then. I completely forgot all about him until someone brought him up to me again. He went crazy because his girlfriend left him, and to escape his charges of harassment, he fucking moved to China for a while.
So he's still there, or?
No, I heard he's back where he used to be, but the man was like insane. It's a wild ride, and I recommend you like read into it. That's just like the teal deer, like the tip of the iceberg, if you will. And Irate Gamer, I used to watch him back in the day, and yeah, he's pretty bad, and a lot of times, yeah, and his effects don't last. But you know what? At least he had great, memorable lines. Okay, Game Dude, I can't remember shit. What do I remember from Irate Gamer? Get the fuck off my property. The fucking what's his cousin character he played that was like a tiny version of himself with a high pitched voice.
I haven't seen that, but that sounds amazing.
What the hell? What about diarrhea dick wobbles? And my favorite when he was reviewing cereal, right? He literally says, "Let's face it, breakfast is ruined." I love that line so much. Like there's an irate bot on Twitter, and every time it puts "Let's face it, breakfast is ruined," I retweet it instantly, no matter what.
Speaking
like
of,
how
check up
the
Daft
bots-
Punk's new single, "Get Lucky," song of the summer.
Say the line, Limmy.
Oh, another reviewer I love from back in the day is we never talked about him on the podcast yet. Gaming in the Clinton years. I fucking love Gaming in the Clinton years. I've loved him forever.
Explain to us who Gaming in the
So
Clinton
Gaming in the
years is.
Clinton years was a series in the 90s, right? Like the I think the mid to late 90s, where it was a man called George Wood, who was about, I think in his 50s at the time, that just played old games back in the day and just did not understand them, right? He was very much just an old man playing video games, but he loved them, right? But he had like such the weirdest takes ever known to man, and that's what makes him awesome. He said that Toy Story on Super Nintendo is better than the Donkey Kong Country games. He fucking said Final Fantasy VII's bad. He said so many wild things that it's just ridiculous.
Now, and this was before YouTube, right? Explain that.
This is before YouTube. Yeah, this was public access television.
That's
So it's like you need to get out frequencies to actually watch this shit.
He's clearly an out of touch old person, but he loves video games, and that's what I commend him for. He loves these games, right? He clearly does. He has a passion. It's just that his opinions and takes are just so wild.
See, what I think about, because I haven't seen much of him, right? But he has the same editing style of someone like AVGN and stuff.
Yeah.
Like he'll make quips and then it goes back to gameplay and review again. So he was the video game reviewer before there were video game reviewers.
Yes, he is the grandfather, if you will.
Yeah.
He is the first. Like Wolfenstein 3D is the grandfather of FPS games. George Wood, Gaming in the Clinton years, is the grandfather of game reviewers. You like the Irate Gamer, right? You like the Irate Gamer? Thank George Wood for him. You like Pissed Off Video Gamer? Thank George Wood.
I think we should all just go to Twitter or like Facebook or whatever, or out down the street and just shout it. Thank George Wood Gaming in the Clinton years. Get off my main man George Wood Gaming in the Clinton years.
Let's plug yourselves, and call it a night.
Yeah.
Thrillshin, at Thrillshin. Follow me on Twitter.
I'm at Stan_co on Twitter. Check me out.
I'm at Rebecca Doodles on Twitter and YouTube.
I'm at MunchyBite on Twitter.
He does Twitch streams
I'm
as
also
well.
MunchyBite on Twitch.
He has 2 concurrent viewers. Please help him out.
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Do it.
I'm
Please help him
homeless.
All right.
He needs the money. He needs the money.
How do we sign out now?
I don't know.
It's bread.
You've got some breadsticks on you. You've just been eating, that's what you eat, breadsticks. Chomping down, yeah.